This is our first stop on our Lewis and Clark expedition travels, and we are right out of Metropolis, Illinois, at Fort Massac. I don't know how to pronounce it. M-A-S-S-A-C. And you can see the recreation of the fort over there, and we're gonna go learn. But it looks like George Rogers Clark was here, William Clark's older brother. So he was here during the Revolutionary War, which makes sense why the fort was still here. There's old Georgie Rogers Clark. And they have a discovery trail, but we're not here for this. Looks like a pretty neat place. Nothing there. But this is a real big Lewis and Clark expedition. It's just that they picked up some hired hands to help with the boats and stuff. Well, let's keep running when we come in the visitor center. Yep, I thought that was 1812. And the French Marine of 1757. But since we're here, we might as well get it all in. What's the ancient buried entrance site of the ancient buried city? This is all that.
Cliff Mound.
Of course, it got Arrowhead collection. Boy, that's farming tools. Everything looks fuzzy when I look down because I can't see close up. So this seems to be more like, of course, for George Rogers Clark, we didn't know much about it prior, but this was one of the stops on the National Park Service's Lewis and Clark expedition. I need to put my glasses on. I can't see anything close up. I think we're gonna just do the French were here first, as usual. But here's something neat. Little diorama. Oh, I love dioramas. Just drop something. Well, it looks like it was a star fort at one time. Oh, here we go. One location, 5 forts, which explains a lot. And it was abandoned from past 1901. I don't know, 1812, 1820. I don't know. Here's some archaeological finds. This is pretty impressive. And guns, guns, and more guns. Ooh, there's a Kentucky long rifle. That don't look like it's so doggone long. I thought they were long and, well, they are thinner. There's a Brown Bess. That was in the Napoleonic Wars. The Brown Bess. What's about French model 1763? That's pretty stuff. That's pretty neat. This is what they had on a lot of the keel boats. Got plied up and down. What, Skip?
The Mad Anthony Wayne came down as far.
Oh, did he?
Uh-huh. To rebuild it.
Huh. What year was that? Do you know?
94.
What heck? The Treaty of Greenville was 90. And the Battle of Fallen Timbers, huh? They got around, I'll tell you that.
I guess that came down by boat then, right?
Yeah. But he was up in training soldiers at the Mill Creek, the mouth of the Mill Creek, around that time. Yeah, that's not too impressive. But there's a iron smithing with a bellow.
They have a video.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to go watch it. I guess they have a reenactment here too. Sure looks like it, doesn't it? That kind of tells me it's a reenactment. That happens here every so often. That's pretty neat if I can see. Oh, there's a neat one. Cannon firing. Depiction of what it looks like coming down on the keel boat. But, oh, here we go. Here's the core of discovery here, finally. A mention. Core of discovery. And that's it. Here's something that might be interesting. Pioneer slang. Well, here's another one. No, it's not. But we're not going to go through that. Well, we'll do. I think we're special her up. And going through all this. The internet. There's some slang. You can look it up. Okay, good enough. I think I missed this guy. Clark's Regiment, Virginia State Trooper. That's pretty neat with a coonskin cap or a beaver cap. And there's a French uniform. This is a pretty nice little museum. Grist mill, the millstone. We'll take a picture instead of buying. I really like the hoodie though. That's pretty cool. Gotta add 2 for fat people like me. $2. You ready? Let's get some of these pictures in here. General James Wilkinson. That's Georgie. I can tell. No. No, is that Mad Anthony Wayne? No, that's George. And then some dust. Oh, sorry. Got a little bit more over here.
Video won't come on.
Oh boy. Oh well. Some little kid did this. Had to. Well, that's a bummer. Have you thanked your Revolutionary War ancestor lately? Never had any. We're Johnny-come-latelys in this continent. Oh, I like this picture. I'm gonna get it from over here. We're gonna move. We can't get the film started. I don't know. That's an old time clock. That's pretty awesome. There, I like that. That's neat. Now out to see the recreated fort. Look at that majestic tree. Goodness. That's old. So this is more about the French and George Rogers Clark, and we don't yeah, that's who helped restore this place. So I wonder if there was a stockade around here, around it?
Yeah.
There was?
Yeah.
Okay. So I seen it like a star fort in there. Well, here's a good explanation of it. Daughters of the American Revolution. Cool. So we decided to pass up Big Bone Lick closer to Cincinnati, and also across at the Falls of the Ohio, across in Indiana. Here's it. Here it is. It was a star fort. That's what it looked like in 1802. And they did do a nice job of this. And then look how wide the Ohio is down this, getting close to the Mississippi. They're all locked up. So, but there's a monument up here.
So they built the land up.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, here's the star. There's the star. There's the part of the star of one end.
There's been a building here.
Yeah. Yeah. Excavated. Not much to see, but it's still neat. They're all locked up. Aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, these don't look like they're locked up, but I'm sure they don't want you in them. But let's just go see. Since we're here, and I'll never be back here ever again. Yep. Yeah, I figured as much. But I'm sure this is, we'll walk over to this monument. I like the block houses though, that's pretty cool. With the rifle slots and the cannon slots. You get a really neat picture of the Ohio. We're gonna see this sign over here, see what that has to say. Get a better picture of the Ohio. We came across that bridge from Kentucky. I think it's going to talk about keel boats here, which would make all this make too much sense. That's later on. That's a Cherokees. That's interesting. There's a trail of tears. Sad commentary. There's another map of the Trail of Tears. A steamboat. That's wild. An early steamboat? Yeah. I just learned something new. A steamboat in 1794. That's why you go on these things, to learn. To learn stuff. Another picture of the recreated fort. But then Lewis and Clark stopped right here and picked up some, I don't know if they picked, they could have picked up some more of the soldier contingent of the expedition, Corps of Discovery. Then we'll go over here. I'm sure this is George, but I'm going to stop until we get there. You know what? I am thinking that this is where the fort was. And that's just where they put the recreated buildings. This looks like where the fort really was, Skip. This looks like where the fort really was. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. They didn't explain it though. Here's a big slab of nothing. I was gonna say it. Something says something on the other side, of course, in memory of George Rogers Clark. And there is just a wonderful picture of the statue here looking over the Ohio. Yeah, that's neat. But I am pretty sure this is exactly where the fort was. See the stars. I wonder why they just didn't build it here. I don't know. So they put these stumps in for outline of the actual fort, because there's one end where a blockhouse would have been. The star. See the star. Star, star. Yeah. Oh well, they had their reasons, I'm sure. Very good reasons. There's an outline of some of the old buildings that were here. 4, 3. Can't even count. We'll go up on this one here. And there. And that's Fort, how would you pronounce this? Massac? 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 And we're done. This is our second stop in our little expedition, and there ain't nothing here other than some guys drinking beer. I don't think I want to go over there, but this is the confluence of the Ohio into the Mississippi. So we're just going to do some guessing here. Ohio or the Ohio, Mississippi or the Mississippi. Don't have no fort, reconstruction fort, no any signs telling us what the heck it's all about. Well, it was on the National Park Service's place to stop in Lewis and Clark. I think this stop is called Lewis and Clark Enter into the Louisiana Purchase. But what do you think, which is which? That's the Ohio, and this is the mighty Mississippi. Just think, with a keel boat, you know, coming down the Ohio, pretty easy.
Yeah.
Take a right. Yeah, this has to be the Mississippi. Take a right. No. Yeah, take a right, and then all of a sudden you're going against the current.
Mm-hmm.
That bridge is closed, so that's Missouri over there, right?
I believe so.
Kentucky Kentucky over there, Illinois here. Got some pretty trees here though. I like these trees, but no signage, no nothing. Kind of a wash. But you get to see this beautiful scenery, actually. So we'll be going up north from here on out to the Missouri, mighty Missouri. A lot of water. But just think, a lot of where this water starts, and it start up in Minnesota, and then the Missouri hits it. The Missouri starts up in the Rockies. The Missouri starts in the Rockies, right? Does that sound feasible? They're pretty near, right?
The snake?
Doesn't the snake go to on the other continental divide? It goes into the Pacific. The snake runs into the Columbia. Because I think they hopped on the snake to get onto the Columbia River. I don't know. If we're all doing well health-wise next year, we ought to do the second.
Yeah. Does Mississippi go through Minneapolis, St. Paul?
Yeah, it starts in Minnesota. Okay, this is enough filming. You guys get the drift.
Yep.
Oh, I started it again, but look at these trees. They're too cool. Look at that bark on these things. Gee, man. Well, we were at the where the Ohio started, weren't we, last year?
Uh-huh.
Much nicer area. Ah, here's a plaque. Off of me, bug. There's a plaque. Here we go. Thank God we walked down here. It's not a wash. Got a little bit of verbiage here. Have to stop and read. So we totally missed this. This is the beginning of it. We should have stopped here first.
Oh, you do? We're in Ohio.
Johnston, Bell Fountain, I'm from Urbana.
Okay.
Small town.
We're from Cincinnati, around Cincinnati.
So Kings Island.
King Island, yeah.
There is the members of the team. I guess we'll learn more about these guys in the coming days. Pittsburgh.
From Colorado.
Our daughter lives in Chattanooga,
Okay.
so we went to watch our grandson play baseball.
Very good. They win?
They did.
What grade?
He is in 4th grade.
Oh, how
so-
cute. How much fun. Well, this is pretty cool. Well, I'm glad my brother Skip seen this. We would have drove right past it. In actuality, the confluence was up in Cairo, up that way, back in 1803, as we read back at the other one, at the confluence now. But pretty neat. There's a bridge going over to Missouri, but that's closed. They're working on it. Oh, I forgot. Didn't see these here. Got to get everything. Sorry, no, my fault. Cured boats. I'm gonna miss some of it because of the bird doo-doo. I like how they're mentioning the Native American Indians.
Yeah.
You are, oh, here we go. You are here, and it used to be up here. I think. No, my mistake. We did that. And then we seen this earlier with the Trail of Tears, which is so friggin' sad. Anyway, okay. Kind of intriguing about this place. So there apparently was a fort here, and there's not, at least I didn't read it. As you can see, I'm just taping it. But no mention of any fort. But it'd be a perfect place for a fort. But since the actual confluence was up that way, you know, why would you do a fort here? Oh, I missed another one. Oh, I think that just talks about, doesn't that just talk about Cairo, Illinois. This is my second time I've been, I drove through Cairo, Illinois. Yeah, that's all that is. Cairo is what I understand it to be. On a way to Trail of Tears State Park. And that's kind of at least back when I went, was a waste of time. Oops, I thought I stopped it, but I didn't.
Want me to pull up something?
No, we're good. I don't know if I started or not. Anyway, this is our third stop. We're in Illinois. And we're working our way up to it. Let's go learn about Fort Kaskaskia in regards to the Lewis and Clark expedition. Hopefully. There's a disclaimer there.
Too expensive to build a
So I think it was the French first?
Correct.
Makes sense. Anyway, that's just a rendition that they thought, and they put it up on a bluff. But, so they put this stuff on the Lewis and Clark Trail, but hopefully, oh, here we go. I bet this is it. This is what we're here for. But remnants of the fort. Some more beautiful trees. Here we go. And here they're giving the names again. Expedition members recruited from troops at Kaskaskia. There you go. So they're picking up. And these guys will go all the way to the Pacific. Whoops. These guys will go all the way to the Pacific with them. And can you read that at the bottom?
On my
It's in script.
arrival at Kaskaskia, I made a selection of a sufficient number of men from the troops to complete
My party.
my party. Yeah.
And that's, what's it say? Meriwether Lewis to President Thomas Jefferson, 19th of December, 1803.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a look around. They got moles. Terrible moles. Mole problem at Fort Kaskaskia. So this is in Illinois, overlooking the Mississippi, and in distance is Missouri, below St. Louis. Mighty Mississippi. Some of the ramparts, but apparently they did enough archaeological work to determine that it was here. Very strategic place to put a fort. Originally, the French built this. Of course, after the French and Indian Wars, I guess the French more or less moved out. And the day turned out to be a pretty day. We were driving all morning in the rain. So another good stop, Skip. Sometimes when you go on these things, they just don't pan out. But I'm just digging these trees. I just think they're so gorgeous. Look at the beautiful trees. If I go up high enough. Strong trees, and if I knew my trees, I could tell you what they are. Yep, but I don't. Oh, they have a Revolutionary War. Yep, Revolutionary War flag. Old Glory. The Old Glory. And this is a state park. We had to come past the penitentiary on a very lonely road. And I was kind of thinking to myself that it was going to be a bust. But then we got onto a nice road and this is what we got. So you wonder if these ramparts were instead of walls with stakes hanging out on this side. That's what it looks like to me. And there's a squirrel over there. Well, that's what it looks like to me, and this would be like a redoubt type of thing. and then a few buildings. But there was American troops stationed here. Oh, anyway, Fort Kaskaskia, Illinois. I think this is a better view of the ramparts. There's that little squirrel. See if we can zoom in on that little squirrel. Little squirrel. There he is. He's so cute. I don't know why I like squirrels so much. I just think they're cute little cuties. We're still at Fort Kaskaskia State Park. And here's another George Rogers clerk. And it talks about George capturing this fort, I guess during the Revolution. And here's some stuff down here. To a sunken city. This is all poems. Huh. Not sure. There we go. Lewis and Clark in Illinois. Have to come over and get this. Hopefully. So the French were used to this country, so, and beyond. So zoom on in. The Mississippi Valley. Missouri over there. Beautiful. Beauteous. And the clouds are pretty. Everything is pretty. Here's a really neat shelter. Let's see what these plaques have to say. We'll walk up to them. Oh, this is about the Indians. Cool. Let me get back to get the whole thing. Hopefully you can read it. Huh, first capital of the state of Illinois. Well, here, this explains it. Explains why it was sunken. Ah, wow. That interesting. Very well built shelter. Hello. 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 Okay, enough of that. So this is an old cemetery in Fort Kaskaskia State Park. And there's no inscription on any of it, but we got this over here. This ought to tell us the story. Yeah, here it is. There's the story. The story. Oh, the bodies of early Illinois settlers are buried in this cemetery. 3 cemeteries in the late 18th. 3,800 boxes.
So have you been here before?
No.
Have not. Have you?
We're locals.
Oh, okay.
We would come here when we were little kids.
Uh-huh.
And we've never moved away. you know, one of those sites.
So who's all buried? Have you been buried in that?
Yeah, it was the early settlers. It says it right on there.
These
See?
guys, I think, were mostly buried in the floodplain, hundreds of years.
Oh, okay.
You know, a couple hundred years ago, when the town of Kaskaskia was still there,
Okay.
and they were relocated here. That's the story we've always heard.
That's what it says right over there.
Yeah,
Right on there. It says exactly what you said.
yeah. The flood, early 1800s, I think.
Well, it stated over there 1881.
The river cut into the Kaskaskia River Canal, just over here, and that is where the city of
I think we're done.
Kaskaskia was.
We're done here.
And it was destroyed,
Right.
but the French were definitely the first people here. I don't know.
Well, it's supposedly the Spanish were
Well, they were.
some influence here.